Hello everyone, Counterspell Hater here, back with another EDH guide. So we are continuing with the Myojins from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty Commander. I know these aren't necessarily meant for Commander, but I'm going to make them work that way. I've already done it with two, so I'm going to keep doing it with this one and then the other two that remain, the red and the green one. Today we are taking a look at Myojin of Cryptic Dreams. The reason this episode was delayed, I will say, is because of request. And it shows you, the Villas request. And that shows you that I will keep up my end of the bargain if you're the first to comment and you want a commander request. So be the first to comment if you want to see your commander you want. If you want to see a commander over like this one, without the way, we're going to get into this commander. So same old deal with the white and the black one, except this one is blue. We need to return this to our hand first to get the indestructible counter, because it can only because the Myojin of Cryptic Dreams here can only get that indestructible counter if it is cast from my hand, just like the other Myojins. So first we have stuff to return to our hand, and then but then somewhere in there we also have stuff that can like proliferate, and also just some stuff for like fun value. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's get started. First with Rescuer Sphinx. Great way to get our commander back into our hand. And get a good board. Sphinx of the Second Sun. If we copy this, since when we remove the indestructible counter, and so we will end up with us copying a permanent spell we control that is on the stack 3 times. So this means if we copy this, we'll have 4 Sphinx of the Second Suns, meaning after our at the beginning of our post-combat main phase, we'll get maybe 4 additional beginning phases after this phase. I think that's how it works. If not, oh well. Master of Waves, because we'll be copying a lot of permanents, and since we're in mono blue, that will count towards a lot of blue devotion, so that when Master of Waves enters in, we can create an ornament. Fleet Swallower for mill, because 4 of these will get rid of your opponent's decks very fast. Talon Prawn for potentially infinite mana, if not, just a whole bunch. Rescue to return, to once again return our commander to our hand. Ether Snipe to do the same thing, and if need be, evoke cost. Crystal Shard, so we can return our commander to our hand probably multiple times. Surge Spanner, I know you can't read that well. So whenever it becomes tapped, you may pay 1 generic in blue, and if you do, you return target opponent to its hand. So that'll be nice. Vidalcan Mastermind, for our commander back into our hand. Cunning Evasion, great for us. So then we can attack with our commander, and then we don't have to end up paying really any mana. And at the same time, we can cast them, but from our hand this time, if it is blocked, and if not, our opponent may take some damage. Hullbreaker Horror, to either annoy our opponents or return our commander to our hand. Can do both, and can do it a lot if you have 4 of them, thanks to our commander. Even Chevere, try to be like some buff flyers, or to once again return our commander to our hand. Pilgrim's Eye to help us with land problems. Razorix, Illithid Scholar, to once again put our creatures back into our hands, but also draw us cards. Arbiter would be ideal, because if we end up untapping 4 of these things, then this is going to be nuts, because that is potentially 4 creatures, artifacts, and/or lands that we are able to cheat into play. Tide Sprout and Tyrant to return our commander once again. Cloudstone Curio to do the same thing. Benzer's Journal, since we'll be returning stuff to our hand, probably should have also put this in the other commanders. We'll be able to gain more life since we'll have more cards in our hand. Since most likely, due to our commander being rather expensive, we won't be able to cast our commander, cast it from our hand on the same turn. We return it to our hand, but that is fine. And since we're blue, we like to draw. Psychosis Crawler. Its prior toughness are each equal to the number of cards in our hand, and whenever we draw a card, each opponent loses 1 life. Thought Vessel for no maximum hand size reasons. Soul Ring to get off to a good start, or in the late game to have a lot of mana. Spark Double to copy some stuff. Clever Impersonator to do the same thing, but on an even bigger scale, being able to target anything that isn't a land and not just on our field. Chasm Skulker to make probably the biggest army you've seen of squids with unlock. Pole Breacher, because that's nasty. Even though this is banned in Commander, at home and at local shop, I believe it would not be. But the thought of, instead of your opponent drawing a card, like May the 2nd, instead, you create 4 treasure tokens. Psychic Corrosion to start milling very fast. Sphinx's Tutelage to do the same thing, but to a greater scale. Fraying Sanity to just really mess with all of your opponents, in fact, and mess with someone even more. Or you could just stack all 4 on top of your opponent, of one opponent, and then they drop like a fly within turns. Deep Sea Kraken because that is 24 unblockable damage right there. That could possibly go for 3. Myojin Crab to mill someone for 12, or you could spread out the mill among your opponents. But this could mill someone for 12 if you, of course, copy them with your commander. And that's just whenever land is about them. Undead Alchemist for even more mill and a quick buildup of an army. Sage's Road Dungeons for even more mill. Teferi's Tutelage to mill even more. Hummingbird to proliferate the indestructible counters on our commander, so that way we can do it. We can do all this all over again. Agent of Treachery. I mean, we're not playing counter spells, but we're being evil still. This is probably the fastest way to lose friends, if I'm being honest. I haven't tried it, and I'm not going to. But yeah, Curse of Unbinding, because now you can get some of your opponent's stuff. In fact, if you want, you can get 4 of a singular opponent's creatures, or you can get creatures from everyone's deck and then an extra from someone else. Because of Curse of Surveillance to kind of take eyes off of you, but not really. Curse of Verbosity, however, will definitely do that. They can, at least. Ruin Crab to further up the mill. Curse of Echoes, because this is going to get wild. So then you can target the 4 red-blue player at the table, or the green one, because most of them use instants, or whoever. And then it's instant sorcery copying madness, allowing you to ramp, destroy, deal damage, and just do about whatever you want whenever it comes to instants and or sorceries. Curse of Inertia to, once again, take the attention away from you. Now, extra planar lens. This is where it gets crazy. So you would end up exiling 5 of your islands. However, in exchange, Now all of your islands tap for 5 blue mana if you use your commander's ability on this, which is nuts. Rings of Bright Earth to copy up the abilities of our commander. So let's see, hold on. And after this, I want to explore something. Cage Sun, it's like extra planar lens, but better, lots better, in fact. Illusionist Bracers. Whenever, well, you can read it yourself. Since this is a mana ability we're talking about, this can get out of hand quick. And then, so let's consider this. We have managed to make 4 Illusionist Bracers, 4 Rings of Bright Earth, right? And we have it on our commander. Right, and it has its indestructible counter on it. It probably needs some right now. So this can mean that thanks to all the things on the stack, let's see, so 3, 15, no wait. So I believe with this setup, so we have 4 Rings of Bright Earth, right? And 4 Illusionist Bracers. If we simply cast a permanent spell and remove that indestructible counter from our commander, if we have the mana to do it, because we need to pay for Rings of Bright Earth, we can copy that permanent spell that we have cast 27 times. Meaning you can get, I skipped over doubling cube. Yeah, you can get 27 doubling cubes, or you could end up getting a whole bunch of extra planar lenses, but you probably don't have enough islands for that. Or you could get 27 Sapphire medallions, or even better, 28. Excuse me, 28 doubling cubes, 28 extra planar lenses, which actually wouldn't be much of a benefit, because then all your lands would be exiled. 28 Sapphire medallions, or even better, 28 contagion engines. So then, which could essentially kill all boards. And then you have a lot of proliferate power, meaning that if there's an indestructible count on your commander's spare, suddenly you're going to have a lot more turns. Next, we have Carnage Bastion to proliferate even more. Command Beacon to put our commander straight from our command zone into our hand. Sanctum of Eternity to return our commander from the battlefield to our hand. And it says return to our commander you own from the battlefield, not you control, to your hand. So this means that even if your commander is for some reason on someone else's board, you can get it back into your hand. Unless that affects you, which is a problem. Isolated Watchtower, because there's always going to be someone one step ahead of us when it comes to like lands, especially green players. And then we've got our 46 basic odds, incorrect, I believe. And with that, the end of this EDH guide, starring Myojin of Cryptic Dreams. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. We are only 1 subscriber away from 20 subscribers. I know you guys can do it. Thank you to whoever subscribed recently. And also like this video. Come and be the first to comment on it. That way, if you want, you can send a request. I will keep my end up of the bargain, because I believe, because my Villas video said Villas request rather than commander. That's how you know I hold my end up with the bargain when I'm saying this. So you gotta be the first to comment, but comment anyways, because I like feedback. And also, share this video along with others with all these other videos that you may or may not have seen on my channel with other people so they can subscribe and like and comment. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.